Shows and MMA fights represent some of the variety of things seen over the years at the historic Dixon Theater.
The theater is nearly a century old, and thanks to a group of residents, it looks as good as it did the day it opened. Local 4's Grace Runkle takes us inside.
It's 900 miles away from New York City, but walking through the doors of the historic Dixon Theater, you might think you are about to see a show on Broadway.
It's a gem. You know, there's not too many places around here that have a facility like this.
Tom Elmendorf oversees the theater. He says its legacy reaches back almost 100 years.
This building sits on the footing of the old opera house that sat here. The opera house burnt down early 1900s.
In 1920, a prominent businessman decided to rebuild, this time making it fireproof.
This was the grandfather of all theaters between Chicago and the Quad Cities. Quality throughout was a slogan.
A slogan that holds true because you can still appreciate the original craftsmanship today.
And the more you look, the more things you see. Look at the ornate plaster work and all the seats and the brass, and just everywhere you go you see something different that you don't see anyplace else.
The stage used to host vaudeville shows. Then it became a movie theater.
This was my movie theater as a kid growing up.
Always changing with the times.
What we do is absolutely everything. You name it, we do it here.
From off-Broadway shows, MMA fights, and concerts, like Elmendorf's personal favorite from 2012, Mumford & Sons.
They actually came here and performed, and they unplugged their instruments and walked to the front of the stage and said, we're going to play in this theater the way it's supposed to be played in. And that was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll probably never forget that night.
Which is what he hopes everyone says after a night at the historic Dixon Theater.
You go to surrounding communities and they don't have this. And you look at it and they don't build places like this anymore. So it's important that we maintain what we have, and it's important that we change with the times, but yet still keep the ambiance.
Grace Runkle, Local 4 News.
You're ready for the MMA fights, right?
That is when she said there was a wide range of things from, you know, musicals to MMA fights,
That's
she wasn't
pretty much
kidding.
running the spectrum
Yeah.
there. Well, the next show scheduled at the theater will be a concert by the blues band called the Jimmies on August 18th.
For more of our stories on Dixon, just head over to our website, ourquadcities.com.